Building faster.
Together.
This is our theme for today.
And welcome to StrapiConf.
I'm Nesrine. I will be your co-host for today. I'm the CEO of .conferences, hosting .js and .ai conference here in Paris, and a proud partner of StrapiConf.
And I'm Paul. I take care of the community at Strapi, build cool resources, and I'm happy to co-host today.
All right, so what's the plan for today, Paul?
So we'll focus on the builders, the thread that keeps us all together. This is all of you here in the room, and this day is designed for you.
Plus today, this is all about speed, not only in the building sense, but also during the day. In one day, you'll experience straight-to-the-point sessions, very short talks, and regular break to enjoy the conversation in person.
And of course, this is all about the community. All of you who helped us build Strapi together. So Nesrine, what's on the agenda today?
Here's what we cooked for you. You can find the agenda on strapi.link/agenda and follow along. Please make sure you check the main stage talks as well as the community talks and the workshop that will be everywhere here. But we have obviously an exciting agenda, and I'm wondering, Paul, how can we make the best out of today?
Oh my goodness, I'm glad that you asked. We have 5 wishes for you today. 1, have a respectful event. 2, an immersive experience. 3, engaging conversations. And 4, new connections, and of course, culture feedback. Let's go with the first one.
First, let's all have a respectful event. You can find the code of conduct on this link, but most importantly, the code of conduct is of common sense to make the day safe for everyone. So in a nutshell, report to us anything, and please be nice.
And wish number 2. We'd like to have an immersive experience. That starts with focusing mainly on the conversation on the stage, engaging with everyone, but also connecting with what will happen online. During the conf, and for the Wi-Fi, you could see the details here.
And for that, you can also use the hashtag StrapiConf online, but also to ask your question during the talks, because we want to make it as engaging as possible for you and quite live. So you can either use the Twitter or the Discord. And for those of you, I know that there are some of you who aren't on any of these. Well, this is a great opportunity to ask someone to post your question and make a new friend.
Speaking of making new friends, we wish you new connections inside the community. And for that, let's do a quick game.
I'm sure today you sat next to either someone you know or quite randomly. So we're going to ask you now to stand up and change seats. All right, don't be shy. Just change randomly seats.
Don't be shy, come on.
To sit next to someone new.
You got this. Pick someone new. Don't sit next to the person that you met. Find somebody new.
All right. Come on, come on, come on.
You got this. Quick, quick, quick. It's like musical chairs. Da 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 da.
All right. Let's find a new seat.
I think some people.
Okay, almost ready. Almost good. Almost good. Thank you.
All right. Now that you're sitting next to someone new, could you turn to your left or your right, the person next to you, and ask them what is their objective for today? What do they want to walk away from? Come on. All right. I'll say it one more time, just in case. I know we're all busy. Look to the left or right, the person next to you, and I want you all to share what would you like to take away from today's conference. What is the objective? Let the person next to you know.
Okay, so let's get back. Now, there are people that can...
All right, hold on.
All right. This is just to give you one view of the objective for today, to make new connections. So we encourage you to do that for the day today. And lastly,
And wish number 5, culture of feedback. You will find Strapiers with distinct t-shirts. Please come to us and ask us with anything. We're here for you today. And there will also, of course, be a survey after the conf for feedback. It's precious to us that you let us know how we did, so feel free to share.
All right, new connections, packed agenda, full of engaging conversation. This is what we have in-house for you today. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you.
Woo. Woo. All right, now, without further ado, let me introduce our keynote speakers. Please reserve a huge round of applause for Pierre Burgy, CEO of Strapi.
You have to disrupt yourself. And so do we. AI is changing our universe. It is changing the way we think, the way we build, and the way we create. Our engineering crew is on a mission to help you navigate through this new galaxy. It's a shift. It's something that's new. And it is a new orbit for Strapi. So, welcome aboard. Let's take off. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here today. It is fantastic to meet for the first in-person StrapiConf. Also, thank you to everyone who is watching this keynote online. Over the past few years, we've made so much progress toward our vision to building the most popular CMS. Strapi has reached more than 20 million downloads on NPM and 65,000 stars on GitHub, making it one of the 100 projects on GitHub. This is fantastic. And it's used worldwide, from innovative companies such as Postog, Warp, and Yuka, to non-profits and public sector organizations, and of course, very large enterprises such as Amazon and JP Morgan. Iconic brands like Adidas and Airbus are here today to share with you how Strapi has been a game changer for them. Strapi grew so much. It started as an API framework, and this is where the name comes from, bootstrap your API. But it is so much more than that now. It is the most popular open source headless CMS. Strapi is unique because it's open source and it's fully customizable. You can host it anywhere. But there is something else that really makes Strapi unique. It's its community, and you all are part of it. Strapi has reached more than 1,000 contributors, and hundreds of plugins are listed on this Strapi marketplace. If you had asked us 10 years ago, when we were still students building Strapi, where we would like to be today, it would be precisely here in front of you. So thank you so much for being part of this Strapi community. You all contributed to this, and it's fantastic what we've built together. Thank you, everyone. Before we share the exciting announcements we have for you today, let's take this event as an opportunity to celebrate Strapi 5 that we released a few months ago. Developers are essential in every project. You are the ones who transform ideas into reality. This is why in Strapi 5, we heavily invested in the developer experience. We rewrote the entire code base in TypeScript. Thank you to the engineering team. You all have been doing an amazing job in this journey. And thank you to everyone who reviewed all of these updates. So thank you. We replaced Webpack with Vite. Builds are instant. Auto reload is super fast. We introduced the new plugin SDK, so building plugins is easier than ever, especially when it comes to managing dependencies and publishing on NPM, because we truly believe that we build faster together. And we simplified the JSON API format, so you don't need to parse in the front end. Goodbye data.attributes. I think we won't meet this, right? Cool. So developers are essential, but I'm sorry to say that you're half of the story. Because content editors are the ones who spend every single day in the CMS, managing content, updating pages. So they deserve and need a great editing experience. In Strapi 5, we introduced the new draft and publish feature. This means that you can publish, for example, a homepage, and once this page is published, you can edit the draft of the exact same entry. No need to duplicate the entry like in a lot of CMSs. So you can iterate on this page, preview the content, ask your teammates for a review, and finally hit the publish button. It's fantastic, isn't it? And this is fully integrated with the review workflow feature and with the releases feature. Last but not least, we introduced content history, one of the most requested features. With content history, you can see all of the previous versions of an entry, no matter if it's in English, in Spanish, a draft, a published version, and you can roll back to a previous version. This is very helpful. And you've all shared very positive feedback about Strapi 5. Thank you for that. But what truly matters is that by releasing Strapi 5, we completely modernized the code base. And by doing so, we paved the way for a bright future. We have clear priorities for the upcoming months, and this is how this presentation is going to be articulated. First, we want to unify the frontend and the CMS to improve both the editing and the developer experience. Second, we want to grow the ecosystem because, as mentioned earlier, we build faster together. Strapi is so much more than a product or project. It's an ecosystem, and you all are part of it. Last but not least, we want to shorten time to production. And this all started with Strapi Cloud 2 years ago. I said last but not least, but you can see something in the middle of the slide. I said at the beginning that AI is changing everything. So we are going all in on AI to help you build faster. Let's start with the first section, unify the front-end and the CMS, again, to improve both the editing experience and the developer experience. In the recent versions of Strapi 5, you might have seen the new preview feature. Strapi became so much more visual. And we have something else for you today. So with a new live preview feature, you now have the side editor. So this means you can not only preview your content, your front end, but you can edit the content side by side and see the updates in real time. By making Strapi more visual, we're like, what about streamlining relations too? Because if you're editing this home page, for example, you have relations to other content type. It might be a category, anything. And if you want to edit one of these categories while editing the home page, you need to click and click again and finally go to the category page, for example. Well, that's great, but it requires a lot of clicks. And we want you to stay in your flow when editing the content. So you might have seen in this video, in the video that I've shown just before, that we are delighted to introduce the on-the-fly relations. So as you can see, this means that you have this new model to edit the relation directly within an entry. So unifying the front-end and the CMS is great for the editors. And we also want to streamline this for the developers. As developers, at the beginning of every project, you need to create an API client to connect your front-end to Strapi. This requires some time, sometimes a lot of time, and it's repetitive. And our goal is to help you build faster. So today, we are introducing the client library to easily connect your front-end to Strapi. You will soon benefit from typing when both writing the requests and getting the API response. There is more. In the latest versions of Strapi, you might have seen that we revamped the home page. So you can see the latest edited entries and the latest published entries. This is very convenient because when you go in the CMS, you will more likely edit something that you edited recently. That's great. But what if you or your client want to customize this page? Maybe you want to add an analytics widget so you can see the traffic of your website, for example. Or you want to add an editorial calendar. Well, starting today, it's possible. Thanks to the new homepage widget API, you can just create any React component and it will be visible in the homepage of your favorite CMS. Thank you, everyone. This is great. But the power of Strapi really comes when it's fully integrated with the rest of your stack. This is why we've made Strapi the most customizable headless CMS. None of this would have been possible without the entire community. Because when we think about integrating Strapi with the rest of your stack, it's all about the core contribution that you all have done. Thank you for that. And the hundreds of plugins that are listed on the marketplace. And those plugins are made by individuals and partners. And today, I would like to give a very special shout out to the community that is made of a lot of individuals. And I would like to give a special shout out to Zaid, Matt, Tolaj, Johannes, and Boaz. Thank you so much for what you've done for the Strapi ecosystem. Some of them are here today. They will even give talks, so I can only recommend attending them. I mentioned individual contributors, but there is also a very large ecosystem of solution partners around Strapi. They are so important. They make the implementation of Strapi successful. And it's fantastic to work with you all as solution partners. I know there's a lot of them in the room because we work together. And you, in some ways, are part of the Strapi brand. So it's great we revamped the partner program last year so you can benefit from more collaboration, stronger access to the Strapi team, and more co-marketing together. It has been fantastic to work together. Today, I'd like to mention Virtus Lab, because Virtus Lab has been a very good example of what creating and maintaining planning over time really means. When Tesco was looking for a next-gen CMS, they contacted Virtus Lab. And back in the days, Virtus Lab was not using Strapi yet. So they decided to try Strapi. And to do so, they developed some plugins in their spare time. And you might have used some of them. The reaction plugin, the comments plugin, the navigation plugin. These are great plugins. And in that specific scenario, what happens is that they build this plugin, then they've shown them to Tesco. And Tesco discovered that Strapi was not only great as a CMS, but it was so customizable that it would fit with any use case, really. And so Tesco decided to work with Virtus Lab, and they eventually became a Strapi Enterprise Edition customer. This is the kind of story we want to write together with the solution partners. And to create more initiatives like this, we decided to partner with Virtus Lab on a few plugins and integration that we are releasing today. And it starts with media. When we released Strapi 10 years ago, one of the first plugins we released was Cloudinary. Because when you upload an image or a video in the media library, you need to store this asset. And Cloudinary is not only great at storing these assets, but also at optimizing them. So your front end will get an optimized version of the image or the video. This is fantastic. But some of you asked, what if I upload an image in Cloudinary? I want to be able to select it from my Strapi admin panel. Well, that was not possible. But we are extremely excited to announce the Cloudinary custom field, so you can select a Cloudinary asset from your Strapi admin panel. This is great. So we solved media. Let's talk about the next big bucket. 20% of projects made with Strapi are part of an e-commerce website. But Strapi is great at managing content, editorial, all these kind of things. And there are great e-commerce solutions to deal with shipping, delivery, payments, just something else. So what we really want is to allow you to combine Strapi with any e-commerce solution. And today, we are happy and glad to introduce the official Shopify integration. This means that in your Strapi admin panel, you can select a product that you previously created in Shopify. So you don't duplicate the price, the description of the product, the images, and so on and so on. But when requesting the Strapi API, you will get all of the information from Shopify with a caching layer to improve performance. And anytime you will update the product in Shopify, it will automatically invalidate the cache. Great. Well, at Strapi, we like to dog food what we build. And so we are very excited to announce the Strapi shop made with Strapi and Shopify. So starting today, you can buy swag. So you can find t-shirts, hoodies, stickers. Speaking of goodies, you can go upstairs to get your Strapi t-shirt today. That's part of the conference. Well, Shopify is great, but you might use another solution, right? No worries, we got you back. We're also delighted to introduce the exact same integration for BigCommerce. And the BigCommerce team is a sponsor of the StrapiConf today. You can meet them at their booth. I can only recommend going there. So thank you, BigCommerce, for being a sponsor. These logos join the long list of technology partners that are perfectly integrated with Strapi, and they really help you extend Strapi in every corner of the stack, so you can build faster, and especially build faster than your competitors. One more thing. We streamlined e-commerce, we streamlined media, and a lot of us asked, okay, how can we more easily purchase the enterprise edition of Strapi? And this request was especially coming from large enterprises and also from solution partners. So we decided to list Strapi on the AWS marketplace. Streamlining the procurement process is great, but what really matters is to streamline deployments, right? And it all started 2 years ago with Strapi Cloud. So please welcome my co-founder and Chief Product Officer, Aurelien Georget. StrapiConf. Hi, StrapiConf.
Need my mic. Thank you. Hi, StrapiConf. Thank you all for being here today. And thank you, Pierre, for those amazing announcements. I hope you like the conference so far. I have some announcements for you. Thousands of companies already trust StrapiCloud to host their projects, such as Mozilla, Accenture, and so many more. And you don't know this better than me. Trust is built step by step with each new release. So let me show you what we delivered recently to keep that trust strong. First of all, we introduced some table stake features, regions, environments, and backups. But more importantly, we worked on the underlying infrastructure to make StrapiCloud more performant and accessible to small and medium-sized businesses. That's why, last March, we introduced a new pricing. And actually, this is the old pricing. We wanted to clearly distinguish CMS features from cloud resources. And thanks to that work, and thanks to the engineering team, we have been able to decrease the prices on all plans, including dividing the price of the first plan by 2, from $29 to $15 per month. But this is not enough. We can do better. It's part of mission to help anyone, to assist anyone who wants to deploy their local project on their computer to a server in production. We also believe that a great technology should be accessible to everyone. So I'm proud to announce and introduce our cloud free plan. Starting today, you can host any Strapi project for free on StrapiCloud. From building prototypes, MVPs, hobby projects, we cannot wait to see what you're going to do and ship with this new plan. Before I move on to the next topic, and maybe one of the most exciting announcements, I would like to share a short story with you. I've been living in Paris for more than 10 years, 13 years to be precise, and like many, and I know a lot of you know that, sometimes I have this love-hate relationship with that city. I need some fresh air. I need to clear my mind. So last month, I decided to go on an astronomy trip. I ended up doing a 50-kilometer hike with a backpack. And I'm not used to that distance and kind of effort. My body hated me after that. I was completely wrecked. That's it. But on the first night, I was lying down on the floor, staring up at the stars. And I only wanted to know more about those galaxies, stars, constellations. So what could I do? I was completely alone. Nobody was around me. And who could I ask? So the answer is ChatGPT, of course. That was my plan from day one, going alone in the mountain. So I grabbed my phone, took a picture of the sky, and in France, we are lucky. Even in the mountain, the network is amazingly good. And I got the answer immediately. And I spent hours learning and exploring constellation by constellation. But this is what I love with AI. It's such a great piece of technology when you use it well. And that story, I could not have shared it with you 3 years ago. ChatGPT barely existed back then. Didn't have the vision and that level of knowledge. And this transition to AI all started with AI as copilots. They're everywhere. Windsurf, Cursor for developers, Gamma for presentation, Harvey for legal research, and there's so many more. And those copilots are becoming agents, autonomous operators, and protocols such as MCP, agent-to-agent, are supporting that transition. And then we believe that the software will become invisible. Why do we need to render any UIs, menus, dashboard, links, when those agents can just discuss and interact through APIs? So this means that our jobs are going to change. So let me tell you a few words about them. Dear developers, I know you are many in that room. Product teams, marketing teams will ask you to ship new features at a speed you never thought possible. Marketers, marketing teams, you will be asked to create and share content in formats and languages you never thought about. And finally, digital agencies. Again, so many in this room. Your clients will ask to create rapid prototypes and full production-ready apps at a fraction of the usual time and cost. Our digital world is changing fast, extremely fast. And we need to embrace that change. AI is certainly the biggest opportunity in our respective roles, businesses, and careers. And we, at Strapi, we are here to help you. And this vision starts today with step 1, the content structure. This is only the beginning. We really want to integrate Strapi AI in all the core features of Strapi, and we are going to revamp them. From instant content translation, keyword discovery, text generation, NCO-grade metadata, we'll try to make Strapi and offer a 360 experience with Strapi AI. We started with the architect, and Strapi AI is going to be a set of 5 services. And we started with the architect service because everything starts with a good content schema. If you don't invest enough time during that phase, you might end up with performance issue, or a lack of flexibility during maintenance, or even more, like a bad content experience for your end users. This release will happen during the year, and for that, stay tuned. Strapi AI will be part of the growth plan, and as you can see, with no price increase. We stay at $15 per month per user, and it will also include the live preview that Pierre mentioned a few minutes ago. Those 2 features will be available for the largest customers in the enterprise plan as well. Today, we're opening the beta waitlist. So please grab your phone, scan this QR code, add your email address, and we will roll out the access to the first wave of users in the coming weeks, and some of you will get the access even today. Thank you for watching and listening. I hope you enjoyed those announcements. Enjoy the day, and the mic goes back to Pierre.
Thank you so much, Aurelien, for this extremely exciting announcements. This is our biggest release ever, and there will be more in the upcoming months. Thank you to the Strapi community and the Strapi team. None of this would have been possible without you. You have to disrupt yourself, and so do we. And we are here to help you. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy this wonderful and unique day today as a Strapi community. Thank you, everyone. J'ai l'appareil photo qui est prêt.
Please give them another round of applause for those announcements. I think, Pierre, what do you think? I think it calls for a community selfie for having everyone today.
Very good timing. All right. Come on.
What's up?
What's up? Woo, Strapi!
All right, thanks again.
Thank you, everyone.